heauxs. Welcome back for another episode of Hoeology Podcast. This is your host, Destiny, and that feels so good to say. This year, I was blessed to have so many cool voices and experiences on this podcast, and I really have enjoyed it. But I want to close the year out with my heauxs solo dolo, and that's what we're doing today. I want to talk about something that has come up a lot in the last couple of weeks between my friend groups and even some of the TV shows I'm watching, and that is spinning the block. Now, if you don't know what spinning the block is, you're either too young for this podcast, and in which case, close it, turn it off, put your cocoa melon on, and step away, or you're just not hip to the lingo, which that's okay too. I'm finna put you on. Now, normally I would have started the episode with a tweet of the week, which would have told you what spinning the block is. But I deleted Twitter because fuck Elon Musk. And Blue Sky is not quite there yet with the hit tweets. So I'm just going to tell you, spinning the block is when you go back to someone that you've been intimate with or someone that you've kind of just been entangled with, for lack of better words. Now, y'all may have ended on a good note. You may have ended on a bad note. Doesn't matter. You going back rather than finding something new. That is spinning the block. As a heterosexual woman, I'm going to use the word dick and I'm going to use the word pickle throughout the episode. But please understand, spinning the block can apply to any sexuality except for asexual because, well, they're not having sex. Now, spinning the block is a little bit controversial. Some people see it as negative. Some people see it as positive. Some people are just downright anti-spin the block. Like, you made your decision, stay over there, don't try to come back. But you see a lot of spinning the block, especially around the holiday season. The second people get to posting with their matching pajamas, you gonna be wishing that that was you. And at that point, you just want to be laid up under somebody. Or maybe you just need some safe, consistent dick. To me, the whole appeal of spinning the block has always just been comfort. You know, getting to know someone new, especially at the age that we are in with dating, even with like STI rates and levels, it is scary. So you want to go back to that comfortable dick. One of the best ways to spin the block is if you moved like out of your hometown and you're traveling home for the holidays and you're single and you see like that classmate that you used to fuck with that's also single. That's a good time to spin the block because guess what? You going home after the holidays are over. There is no way to keep that going. And let's be honest, if you're having to spin the block, you're not interested in long distance. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Especially if the dick is good. Y'all know this episode wouldn't be complete without some host shit. So I'm going to tell you 2 stories of mine from times I've spun the block and times someone spun the block on me, you know, Miss Good Coochie, Miss Gorilla Grip 3000. And once I'm done with these stories, I want to ask y'all a question. And the question is not meant to deter you from spinning the block. The question is just meant to simply make you think. So, in 2018, I was seeing a guy on again, off again. We're going to call him Red. We were both from the same hometown. We met through some mutual friends. It was like light and fun and like the sex was really good. Like our energies were just great. He really liked like my energy of like, let's just go out, let's have fun, let's travel, like let's just have all these new experiences. So he liked that about me to an extent. And that extent stopped when he didn't realize that that included people. Like I was young, hot, dating. Like I didn't want to be exclusive. I didn't want to be in a relationship. Like I literally just wanted to hoe it up. Like I had just got out of a serious relationship and I did not want to go back into another one. I wanted to be a sugar baby. I wanted to just have fun. And for some reason, he thought he was going to be the one to change that. And bless his heart, he did not. So around 2019, I started seeing another guy. And yes, I'm seeing them at the same time. And I ended up doing a podcast episode about how great this other guy's dick was. Like I called it dickmatized. And Red had amazing dick, but this other guy, we're going to call him Black because he has his own story. Black's dick was just like, it was dangerous. It was dangerous dick. Like it was so good that it was dangerous. It was like, I'm not on birth control, nut of me anyway dick. Yeah, dickmatized. So up until this point, Red was like, I don't listen to your podcast. I don't even care that you have a podcast, blah, blah, blah. And he lied. He did listen to it. He was really hurt, really upset, really offended that like I did the podcast episode. I think he was more hurt that he didn't have his own episode about his dick. But overall, like he was hurt. He cut me off. And I'm like, damn, if it doesn't work out with Black, I have lost my spin the block dick. So some time goes on. He is like, hey, like, let's hang out. It's not the same anymore because like I'm like actively intimate with Black, like consistently. And it just kind of fizzled out from there. Now, the irony of that situation of my spin the block dick comes in because just a short while later, like a year later, that same situation that happened between Red and I happened between Black and I. So Black is like, we were never exclusive. I never said that you were my girlfriend. Blah, blah, blah. Talking to other bitches, texting other bitches, whatever. I am heartbroken, distraught. How could you? Girl. So I cut him off. And for timeline's sake, I talked to Red before I moved to Texas. Okay, talked to Black a little bit before I moved to Texas. Moved to Texas, talking to none of them. At the end of my move to Texas, I started back talking to Black. When I finally moved back to Tampa, like 2 weeks into me being here, I'm back in Black's bed. Okay, we listen, we don't judge. So, like I said, the time of me seeing Black texting the girls was like right before I left for Texas. Like it was like, it's done anyway. I'm out of town in a whole new state, whatever. So then I get back to Tampa. Something just sets it off on fire between us again, me and Black. And things were just great. I think I saw Red out one time, like at a bar, and we just said, hey, like it wasn't anything, but it was also really nice because it was just like, wow, I remember that dick still. But, you know, I was so heavy in it with Black that I didn't even care. I didn't even care anymore. But then it like ended horribly between Black and I, and it kind of made me think about spinning the block and how dangerous it can be emotionally. Because, you know, when you spin the block, the first time that y'all have sex after like the original time of y'all ending it, you kind of lay there and you're just like, should I bring up all the shit that he did? Should I talk about it? Should I be messy right now? Knowing that that could destroy the option for you to spin the block in the future. But if you're going to spin the block, I'm sorry, but you got to be able to separate the person from the pickle. Like you have to be able to just be like, I came for dick. I'm getting dick. I do not want a relationship after this. I do not want to talk about emotions after this. I don't want to talk about our past after this. I am here for the dick. My ex-best friend and I used to call it being strictly dickly, getting the dick with no emotions. You should not be going into spinning the block and then asking them, what are we? We are fucking. That's what we are. That's what we are doing. We are fucking. The question I want to ask y'all is, are you able to do that? Are you able to separate the person from the pickle? Or do you have to confront that emotional side that happened between y'all every time? With Red and I, we did not have to confront it every time we hooked up or every time we saw each other. With me and Black, at the end there. But in the beginning, nah. So I said all that to say, if you're going to be spinning the block, especially around this time of year, you see in the matching pajamas, you wish that was you, huh? Be careful. Be careful with spinning the block. Know what you're there for and what you're not there for. Get it and go. Get that O and go. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. My other thought too on spinning the block is, do we ever outgrow it? Like, is there a need to outgrow it? If someone is comfortable and consistent, why do we have to give them up? But then again, if you get into a relationship, is it wrong to have someone always on the back burner? Like, we always go back to each other type of person? Is that wrong? Now, obviously, if you're talking to that person while you're in a relationship, yes, that is wrong. But if you have a person that is gonna be your spin the block person, how long do you keep them around? And like, how do y'all have that conversation of just like, this is what it is? Or do you have a conversation? Is it just kind of an understanding? For Red and I, it was like an understanding. For Black and I, it was a conversation. All I'm saying is be careful, have fun, and happy hoeing. And don't forget to get tested. Love you. Bye.